Folks, welcome back. It is December 8th, 2022. My name is Will Kuntz. This is an HM bonus edition of the Homemade Broadcast, and I welcome you. WillsYouTube.com, HMBradio.com, Facebook.com/HMB Radio. I hope you're subscribed on iTunes, Spotify, Google Podcasts, wherever you get your podcasts. I hope you're subscribed. You just put in HMB Radio, Hotel Mike Bravo Radio, all one word. While you're there, give it 5 stars. Really helps out doing this because got kicked off the radio because of hockey. So we're doing YouTube vids, podcasts in the meantime. Usually I try to get Johnny B on, but Johnny B is doing a show tonight and he is playing Santa Claus at a Christmas roast. And we're getting ready for his wedding. I went and got my hair cut today. Can you tell? Probably not. Just got a little trimmeroo. Nothing crazy. I was talking with Anna yesterday about the insane prices of things in St. Petersburg, and probably the country, but I live in St. Petersburg, Florida. So that's what I know. And I was talking about my friend Jay's shop, and he started here. He came from, I think it was Ocala, and he bought a little barber shop down here. And when he got here, it was $14 for a haircut. Does a great job, was happy to pay it. But, he had fair prices and he gave good haircuts and people started hearing about him. And then as the market goes, supply and demand, he just outpriced me. I think I went to him the last time it was $30 and I was like, Jay, I can't keep doing this, man. I'm sorry. So I found a new place, but now that I'm growing my hair out a little bit, I don't want some old man just shearing it off, So I went to a fine establishment known as Fantastic Sam's today. Let me tell you something. It was fantastic. Truly fantastic. Not a sponsor, Fantastic Sam's, of this program. And they would probably be upset if they knew I was talking about them based on some of the content on this channel. But yeah, Fantastic Sam, a nice older lady named Stetson. I don't remember. I think it was Stetson or something along those lines. Very nice. Trim me up. She said, I like the length. I go, let's keep the length. She said, all right. And she just gave me a little trimmeroo. So I feel like I'm ready. The sides are cleaned up around the ears and all that. So I won't look like a ragamuffin too much. Anyways, now I just got to figure out what the hell to do with this here. I don't know. I don't know if I should do the full straight razor, make it like to the skin, or if I should leave a little stubble. I think a little stubble looks good, but I don't know. It's a wedding, so maybe I'll just shave my entire face. I don't know. Then I'll just look like Fat Ellen DeGeneres. Back to 8th grade, I'll go. So I don't know. I think I have to keep some stubble. I think that's my only option. But anywho's, make sure you're following the show, HMB Radio. Did I already do this? Probably. HMBradio.com, WillsYouTube.com, HMB Radio. Find the podcast. And you can get in touch with the show as well. 813-693-2124. You can leave a voice and text message over there. And if you do, I'll answer you back. I do that all the time. So it's fun. And of course, Twitter, home_made_man. Love getting tweets and interactions over there. Canada, thoughts? I'm not a fan. If you've been following my page for any length of time, you know that I'm not a big fan of Canada. They burned down the White House in the 1800s. They're essentially West England. I mean, they're an English colony. They're colonizers, and they've inhabited that dumb land up there where it's cold, and they're communists essentially up there. I know they're not, but yeah, they are. Come on, most of them are. They have that. It degrades into communism. This socialism utopia that they tend to create. The utopia of socialism. You got medical care. You want medical care in this country? I'll tell you that much, which is true. That's a fair criticism. We don't have health care in this country unless you come over the border illegally, and then you can go to any doctor you want, and then they'll just pass the bill along because you can't pay it. That's true. Sorry, but it's true. Okay? If you're rich, of course, you have access to a doctor. Everybody else, the rest of the 290 million people in this country, yes, we don't have a doctor, and we die. Okay. We die of things, of food that's poison. Everybody's eating Kraft singles and drinking Diet Coke. And that's the American diet. And there's something to be said for the freedom in that. Some people like to taste. I don't. I love a good Kraft single on a cheeseburger, on a bacon, egg, and cheese biscuit. I'm going fake cheese all day. And people, yes, nobody can afford anything, especially healthcare in this country. But I'll tell you, Canada's got socialized medicine. You can go to, no, you can't. They kill you. Okay. At least you get to die here by eating Kraft singles and drinking Diet Coke. Here, the government kills you. Or, sorry, no, not here. I mean, they do kind of, yeah, still. But in Canada, it's like enforced by the government. Let me tell you the story about this lady. This lady, I got this video pulled up. Her name is Christine Gauthier. She is a Paralympian hero in Canada. She wanted some help from the government. She said, I live in this socialist utopia. I want some stuff for free. So she asked for a wheelie ramp for her house. She wants to get a wheelchair ramp for her house. Seems like she served her country. She did what she needed to do. Now it's time for their hunk president to step up and get her dang wheelie ramp for her house. Well, let's see what happened. Let's watch this vid together.
For Christine Gauthier, the fight to get a wheelchair lift in her home has been an uphill battle.
I have to crawl down the stairs on my butt with the wheelchair in front of me to be able to access my house.
While pleading her case to a Veterans Affairs case manager over the phone in 2019, she was told something that would leave her feeling shocked.
If things are so hard at this point and you just can't keep going on, and we can assist you with aid to die.
And she's not the only one.
We can't get you a wheelie ramp. We can give you Kraft singles and Diet Coke in the form of a bullet. Or I don't know what form they use. MAID. It's called MAID. It's got a very weird name. MAID is their service, assisted suicide service that is provided by the government. And the government will execute you if you want a wheelie ramp or you feel sad, essentially, is what's going on here. Testifying in French before the House of Commons Veterans Committee, she also said that she's been fighting for a home wheelchair ramp for 5 years, and she expressed her concerns about the assisted dying offer in a recent letter to President Hunk, Justin Trudeau. And Trudeau said, this is absolutely unacceptable. We're going to get you that wheelie ramp, and we're going to kill you. You're going to get both. Pauline, what's her name? Yep. He said, we are following up with investigations. We are changing protocols to ensure what would seem obvious to all of us that this is not a place of Veteran Affairs Canada, who are supposed to be there to support those who stepped up to serve their country, to offer them medical assistance in dying. So if you go and get PTSD, the suicide hotlines now will just encourage you to kill yourself instead of preventing suicide. This is a pretty, crazy shift in the past couple years, because it used to be like mental health awareness. Are you aware of it? Yes, I'm aware. We're too aware now. And this is what happens when we get too aware of mental health awareness. People just go, okay, well, now I want the government to kill me. And you go, okay, what? It's a weird slippery slope. It's like a snake eating its own tail. It's counterintuitive, but we are getting into dark days here, man. In testimony before the same committee last week, Veterans Minister Lawrence McCauley revealed at least 4 other Canadian military veterans were offered MAID option with the kill yourself option, or the government will kill you option, by a now suspended services agent. This is dark, man. We talked about this. I talked about it on a podcast a while ago. I mean, isn't this not freaking me? There are things going on now that were just unthinkable that nobody would support a few years ago. And now half the country supports because the other side doesn't, or vice versa. I mean, there's some pretty extreme things going on. I saw a video on Twitter about this dean in Chicago who was talking about, yeah, we bring it's a private school and they bring in like sex toys and they talk about how to use like lube or spit or when it's appropriate to use both, and it's a big joy for this teacher to talk about gay sex with students. And I kind of look around and I'm going, I'm not a prude and I'm not a homophobe or anything, but I mean, you figure this stuff out. You don't really need to teach this stuff. I'm pretty sure it's going on quite clearly. It's going on. Like, you're going to figure it out. You graduate, you move to Hell's Kitchen or whatever, and you wear short shorts and you figure out when it's appropriate to use what for lubrication. It comes naturally. Excuse the pun. You don't really need to teach little kids. But just leave the kids alone. What is wrong with you? I don't get it. No, we need to teach them. Is the implication there that it's actually super normal, but it's like not taught, so then it's not put into their brain? Well, you could use the same argument for the other side. Well, now you're just teaching kids that this is normal, and now you're teaching them to do. So either way, it's still the same argument on the other side of the foot. I don't know. It's bizarre. Now it's just like everything that's popular now in I guess in pop culture and in front of our faces is just unfathomable a few years ago. Because I'm like, did I change? I was like, I was a pretty I think I'm still a pretty liberal dude with whatever consenting adults want to do. And I don't know, I don't think you should be discriminated against based on your skin color or rewarded for it either. I don't know. And then I see the city of St. Pete posts a job notification today that they want a buyer, some sort of buyer position, to enact their equity measures. So essentially, they're going to give money. They're going to buy from vendors who are gay or are people of color. And what's wrong with that? Nothing. I mean, nothing's wrong with that as long as they're the cheapest. That's what a buyer does for the city. It should be the most cost effective because the tax dollars are paying for it. But I have a feeling if it's not based on economics and based on race, that they're going to be paying a fortune for goods. It's going to be quite the markup there, because why wouldn't vendors just mark up their prices if they know they can? Of course they're going to do that. So it's a scam. They're money laundering through the city, and it's upsetting to have this happen in my backyard. I live here, and these are my neighbors, and I don't think anybody should be discriminated or brought to the front of the line either. I was talking to my girlfriend about this today, and she's like, "Well, hasn't it been on the other foot throughout history? You're just mad that you're not benefiting from it now." And I go, "Listen, I was born in 1984. Okay, I'm benefited from anything. I'm clearly not benefiting from it now. So at what point have I benefited from this? Never. And I shouldn't benefit from anything. If you're the best at your job, you should get the job." And that's a crazy thing to say now. A few years ago, that was, yeah, duh. That's totally normal. Now that's an extreme position. I don't understand what's happening. I do understand what's happening, I think, and it's not going to go to anywhere good. I don't think eye for an eye has, if you looked at the history books, has proved us well as a society and a civilization. I mean, listen, I know that I'm powerless to do anything about it. You are too, really. Yeah, you can run for office, but man, you can't. I mean, then Donald Trump's "I'm going to drain the swamp." The system is the swamp. There is no draining that. It is what it is. Okay. And I don't think you can go in there and be like, I'm going to make some changes. Are you? You better go talk to Mitch McConnell over there first. You better go talk to Nancy. This is not anything within our control. So I'm happy to, be like, well, listen, I can acknowledge that it's happening, and I can also not be happy about it too. And I can say it's immoral, because it is. These things are immoral. The government shouldn't kill you for wanting a wheelie ramp. The government shouldn't buy from a certain race of people. Well, they used to do it. Okay, it was bad then too. They shouldn't do it now. They're both bad. Okay? It's immoral. It's terrible. You should be ashamed of yourself, not you. Them. I don't know who them are. Don't ask who exactly are them. The government. All shades, all creeds. The government. Don't let them fool you. Not pulling a Kanye here. Okay? 813-693-2124, HMBradio.com. I had a few other things, but that's enough. That's enough. I tell you, that's enough. See you tomorrow, Johnny B Show, 8 p.m.